Hey guys, welcome back to another amazing video. You're in for a treat today because I'm going to show you everything about the amazing indicator. This indicator is called Liquidity Magic, okay? I spent so long developing this indicator just for you guys to use on the chart to literally help you trading in a way where you could see SMTs in the market, see exactly where liquidity zones are in the market. Liquidity zones in the market that have percentages. Shows you the buy percentages, sell percentages using volume delta. Okay, all that's calculated through the indicator for you to identify these zones with one click. This is not a lagging indicator. Most indicators out there lag. It shows way later than normal. This indicator will show you way in advance where price is attracted to and where price can reject off from. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you this indicator. This is called Liquidity Magic by Round the Trades. And once you have this on their chart, you're gonna see two boxes. This is gonna be a red box and then a green box. All right, so if we go ahead and go into the settings here, I'm going to go ahead and run down the settings with you guys really quick before we continue with this. If we look here, we have look back, past history, extend, all that good stuff, good colors. Okay, pretty much this is all going to be the same besides this one point. Max box size. You guys want to make sure this right here is lower if you're scalping with this indicator, okay? For example, you're going to only see box sizes that are under 100 points or 100 points. Does that make sense? If you guys are a swing trader, if you guys want to use this on the 1 hour time frame, go ahead and you can put this to maybe even 300, right? To see 300 point boxes. I'll just keep mine at 2 for right now. If we look right here, we have the border width, pretty generic. You already know the border of the box. We have the sessions here. We have Asia, we have London, we have New York here. We also have SMT. So if we activate this right here, so for example, once you activate this, it's going to show you the SMTs. We have an SMT here with the ES. So for example, say if we're inside a range, just like this, we're inside a bearish range, we have an SMT. This is huge confluence here that price will respect this area. And if we look here, look at this, 2% buys, 98% sells. So this indicator literally calculates everything for you with one click of a button, you guys. So this zone was created here. Price came down, came up, rejected, price came right back up. We made it SMT. Price came down really quick, as you can see. Price came right back up to this level. Again, we have a lot of sellers in this area that price has already respected here. So price respected this again, continuing lower, made another one here, and it just kind of does the same thing here. Look at this, almost taps in here, but rejects off. So you could go ahead and use this indicator completely by itself. However, if you guys want to go ahead and use this as an additional confluence, you could absolutely do so. And if you guys look here, price came right back in, respected that really amazingly because of these levels. So we actually did have a buy here, that price did put one, and we have signals here. So we have a buy and we have a stop loss here as well. So if we see price get inside this zone, we can go ahead and put this here and our stops below. Otherwise, if you have a bigger range, you don't want a huge stop. So you might have to put your stop in the middle, right? In the middle of these zones here. I'm gonna show you guys a little trick here. So if you guys mark out one of these zones with a Fibonacci or a Gann box here, if price respects the 0.5 level, you're likely to see price reversing off of these zones. And if we go ahead and look here, you could either have, you could always adjust everything when it comes to your stops or take profit with this indicator. So if you look, if you want to get entered at the middle here of the box, you could absolutely do so with your stops below. Yes, that could work. However, I like to get in right at the beginning of the box and have my stops below the 0.5 because once you see the 0.5 get respected, that is when you want to see rejections off of this zone. Okay, if you guys want your stop a little bit bigger, you could absolutely do so. However, the win rate and based off my backtesting with the strategy, I simply like my stops around here. Okay, this is the most significant when it comes to this. So you could use these levels as confirmation with the 0.5 level, with a Gann box or the Fibonacci. And if we go and look, what does price do? We created another zone here. Price slowly edges it. So say if you're bearish, as you can see, look at this. We tapped right into this key liquidity zone here. And if we look right here, say if we want to take a short position, okay, with our stops maybe above this time, okay, if you want your stops maybe at the end of this, let's go and see how price reacts to these levels. If we look here, see, luckily we have enough wiggle room so that price does not stop us out in this zone, right? So price rejects, what do? I like to go ahead and trail my stops. So for example, I go break even around maybe 101. Okay, and price goes ahead and looks like we tap right into this key area. So now here's another example here. As you guys can see, we have these key levels. So what we could go ahead and do, let me turn this off really quick. We could even go ahead and determine a bias for the day, right? Determine a bias. So for example, look, let's see, we have an SMT here, a higher time frame SMT. So if we go ahead and go down here back to the 1 minute time frame, if we want to go ahead and look for some buys here, for example, to this liquidity zone, okay, which price is also attracted to, like this, what we could do is simply just look for maybe an inverse fair value gap or any kind of confluence based off your strategy you have, and kind of using this indicator to help you identify where liquidity is. So we look here, we inverse this fair value gap. What do we see? Let's see if we can go ahead and target all the way up here. Let's see what happens. So we have this fair value gap, price rejecting. So I'd probably go break even here if you were in this trade. And price looks like it delivers. Boom, just like that. If you guys want full access to this indicator, go ahead and click the link in the description. You can go ahead and purchase it there. And this indicator is currently 25% off, so I will take advantage right now. But that's going to go ahead and be it with this indicator, how to use this, how to basically apply this to your chart where you could see trades going into these areas of liquidity zones or rejections off from them. Anyway, guys, if you guys want access to this, again, link's going to be in the description down below of this video. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Take care. Trade on. Peace out, guys.